So, do you find that you keep accumulating clothes, but you can never find the right outfit to wear? Sometimes just because there's way too much. Well, I have been like that. I'm just in the right boat. And so to begin with, I was never one to buy a lot of clothes. But I still find that I keep accumulating things, or I actually have a problem where sometimes I'll have holes in them, and I just because I'm like, oh, I don't want to be wasteful, I don't want to get rid of them, or I think, no, you'll fit into it at some point, or you'll need it for this special occasion, so you can't, of course, you can't get rid of it. So I've been keeping and holding on to them. I've never been one to buy a lot of clothes, but when I do buy something, it's very hard for me to let go of them. I sometimes it's just due to this sentimentality of like, oh, I bought this here, or just simply for the fact that I think it's going to motivate me to lose weight, which it never has. And so it's just kind of letting go of that it no longer serves a purpose in your life, and it's just a matter of getting rid of it or giving it away to someone else, and so that it has a new home. So the four main questions that I ask myself, or have asked myself when I was going through this big decluttering of my closet, is the first thing is, have I worn this in the last 6 months? Because of COVID and I haven't been going out, I've extended that 2 years. So if I haven't worn it for any of the seasons or before that, then it definitely needed to go. So the second thing is that I was asking myself is, how does it make you feel? Like, is this an image that you want to portray? You know, sometimes we outgrow certain styles. So something that you probably really loved and was part of the image that you wanted to portray was perfect, or you're working in an office and you no longer work in an office, and that's not the type of clothing, you don't like wearing those formal outfits, then maybe that's something that you do need to let go of. And then thirdly, is it in still good condition? That is a big one for me, because like I said, I hold on to clothes because I think, you know, I'm saving the planet by not letting go. And at times I'll mend them as many times as possible, and there's just so many holes, but at some point you can't wear it, and it's just taking up space in my closet. And so in those situations, like, I just have to get rid of it. A big thing for me is leggings. I don't know about you guys, but I go through leggings so quickly. It feels like every 6 months. Same thing with pants. Maybe it's a problem with us people with, you know, thicker thighs, a bit more voluptuous thighs. I've never had a pair of leggings last me more than 6 months. If you know of a pair that have lasted you more than 6 months, please let me know. Write them down in the comment section, and let's exchange. And same thing for jeans, because I have a problem with both of them, and trust me, I've tried a lot of them. So yeah, sometimes it's a matter of, okay, is there holes, and so the third thing being, can you even wear this anymore? You know, there's just too many holes for it, it's just worn out and no longer fits. Then that's something that you need to part ways with. Just going back to the leggings thing, did I mention how some of them just tend to just start pilling and get holes in the middle, which drives me nuts? And I've tried so many ones. If I've been thinking of getting the Organic Basics ones, hopefully they will be a little bit better. So if any of you guys know and you haven't had any issues with the Organic Basics or any other type of legging, please let me know, because that has been the bane of my existence, is finding pants, like jeans or leggings, that don't pill or don't have holes in after a couple of months of wear. So moving on from, second thing is, does it even fit? Maybe it's too big, maybe it's too small, and there could be situations where you've lost a lot of weight and those clothes no longer fit you, or you've gained a lot of weight, or you've gotten taller, or if you're growing. And so if it just doesn't fit, then that's definitely time for you to get rid of it. And get rid of it, I don't mean, like, by no means do I mean we're throwing this stuff in the garbage, no. So if you can, you want to donate, you want to maybe give it to friends and family members, charity shops, and then some of them you can actually sell. Like, if it's in good condition or something that you've never worn, then go and see if you can make some money from it. So there are several options. So when I say, it's no longer something free, I don't mean we're going to be throwing that in the garbage. Now that we know the questions that we're going to ask ourselves when we go to declutter, and you could use this not just for your clothes, but even for items around the house. So we have the questions in mind. So you're going to sit down, bring all the clothes together. And so I think it's actually good to try and do decluttering, every 6 months to a year. The less stuff you own, the less often you have to do this decluttering, because you'll naturally actually start buy less on a daily, on a day-to-day basis. And so your house, you just won't accumulate. And so you'll actually be thinking about it of like, okay, do I really need this? Is this something I'm going to wear? Can I get multiple uses out of it? So finding clothes that are maybe multifunctional. So once I have the questions I wanted to ask myself when going through the clothes, what I first did is I rounded up all my clothes, dumped it in one big spot. Then I sat down and organized them into 3 piles. 1 for keep, 1 maybe, and 1 to donate or to throw away. Some of you might be asking, like, why do I even need to declutter? Is this just a trend? What's the point of this? So the first thing I find when I decluttered is that it saves me time. The less things I own, the easier it is to actually find something to wear. Anyways, I end up wearing the same key pieces. And so by owning less, I don't have to constantly be spending so much time every morning or an evening if I'm going out of thinking, okay, what am I gonna wear? I already have my go-to work outfits, my go-to going out outfits, and maybe repurpose, like I can switch my morning to evening outfit. So number 2, sharing is caring. And what do I mean by that? So by donating our clothing, instead of having it just sit at the back end of your closet and collect dust, you are able to let someone else actually, love these clothes and wear them and use them. And make a new life for these items that you're no longer using anymore. I find that when I declutter, I am more likely, so when I'm going and thinking about buying new items, I am now looking at quality. So, and the third thing that's great about decluttering and even minimizing your closet is that when you go to buy new pieces of items, is that you think about quality versus quantity. So instead of going and buying the cheapest thing and then maybe a month down the line having to buy that again, you think about, okay, well, I'm going to invest in key pieces or invest in pieces that will last me a little bit longer. With a decluttered closet, it also means that you have one less thing to stress about. When you have a room or a closet that's just full of clutter, that's just, that just actually induces quite a bit of anxiety subconsciously. You might not even think about it, but it's just like with a cluttered desk, it causes a cluttered mind. Same thing with your room, with your closet. You want to kind of take away and have a clean slate. Let's control the things in our lives that we can control, right? And so that's another reason why decluttering is great, is that we tend to, when you have a closet or a dresser or something that's really cluttered and you don't know where anything is, that's just another level of stress and anxiety that you don't need. And so by decluttering and minimizing what you have, it's just so much more peaceful, like getting dressed and getting ready and opening. You want to have that closet open instead of shoving everything in there and being scared to open it and all the things that could potentially fall out when you do. By shifting our energy to the things that we can control, it actually brings in positivity. And there's such a satisfaction of having a neat and organized. I don't know about you guys, but I love it. Like, I love to be able to open my dresser or to open my closet and everything is neat and organized, and there's less of it, and it just makes me feel so much better. And lastly, but not least, I'd say the most important thing is by decluttering, it actually makes you a little bit more conscious about sustainability and where your items, because when you actually go through it, you see that some of the things that you actually do own, you never needed to buy. They were cheaply manufactured, probably very poor conditions that people were producing them in, and so it's just, why waste the amount of waste, especially for me. So you'll see now, when I was done, I ended up having 2 bags of things that I no longer needed or had to use at all. So that's 2 full bags that that I didn't need to potentially buy at some point. This is what my closet looks like now. So I'll show. And so just by having, and so if I want to buy anything else, I will be replacing it with something that I have. I think this is a good number. I think I could even take it down a bit, but I do love fashion and getting dressed up and collecting key pieces, that not because they need to be part of a capsule wardrobe. I don't believe in a capsule wardrobe. I believe in things that I love and bring me joy. And so, or, you know, and those are the things that I'll wear over and over and over again. But yeah, so if this inspired you, or if you've decluttered your closet, or some habits and tips that you've used to organize your space, and comment down below. Until next time, I'm wishing you all health, happiness, and abundance.